Hello, good day. Welcome again to UP Math. So, our topic for today is about trigonometric functions of special and quadrantal angles. And these are 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, and 270 degrees. Now, dito ay ituturo ko po kung paano mag-evaluate ng mga functions na yan na hindi kailangang mag-memorize. Uulitin ko po, hindi kailangang i-memorize. Basta sundin nyo lang po kung anong ituturo ko. Now, this topic together with the other three, the theorems on special right triangles, reference angle, and signs of trigonometric functions na nagawan ko na po ng video, ayan po, ay mahalagang components in order to evaluate trigonometric functions without using calculator. So if you haven't watched these videos, I suggest panoorin nyo po for better understanding, no, kung paano mag-evaluate ng functions na hindi gagamit ng calculator. So huwag na po nating pahabain to, mag-start na po tayo. Okay, so paano po ba natin kukunin ang 6 trigonometric ratios ng special angles 30, 45, and 60? So, unahin po natin ang 30 and 60 kasi ito po ang magka-partner sa 30, 60, 90 triangle, okay? So, all we need to do is to construct a 30, 60, 90 triangle kagaya nito, and then we assign dimensions, no, on each side of the triangle. So, paano po natin gagawin yon? Now, let us recall our lesson on special right triangles, 30, 60, 90 triangle. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood, panoorin nyo po ito. Kailangan po kasi ito, no, para magawa po natin to. So, in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the side opposite 30 is half the length of the hypotenuse, and the side opposite 60 is square root of 3 times the length of the side opposite 30. So, gamitin po natin dito, no? Now, as I said, pwede po tayo mag-assign ng number at kahit anong number, no, para i-represent yung dimension ng triangle. So, for convenience, let's say this is 1, no? Huwag na po tayo mag-isip ng malaking number, no? Pwede namang 1 lang yan. Now, if this is 1, since the side opposite 30 is half the hypotenuse, so the hypotenuse must be 2. Okay? And the side opposite 60 is square root of 3 times the length of the side opposite 30. So square root of 3 times 1 is still square root of 3. So yan po ang magiging dimension ng ating 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now, as I said, again, pwede po kayong mag-assign ng kahit anong number dito. Pwedeng 2 to. So kung ito ay 2, magiging 4 yan. Ito naman po ay magiging 2 square root of 3. Pero hindi po natin, kagaya ng sabi ko, hindi po natin kailangan maglagay ng malalaking number kasi in the end, ganun din naman po ang lalabas dito sa mga trigonometric ratios nila, no? Ang mangyayari po doon, maglo-lowest term pa kayo. No? Mas lalo lang tatagal ang trabaho. Okay, so let us now get the trigonometric ratios of 30-degree angle. So, alam naman natin na yung SOHCAHTOA, no? Okay, so the sine function is opposite over hypotenuse, right? SOHCAHTOA. Now, with respect to 30-degree angle, the side opposite is 1. No? Kasi yan yung katapat niya. And the hypotenuse is 2. So, sine 30 is equal to 1 over 2. Diba? Now, let's go to cosine. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So, CAHTOA, no? So, that is equal to the adjacent side of 30 is square root of 3 and the hypotenuse is still 2. So, cosine of 30 is square root of 3 over 2, adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, for tangent, with respect to 30-degree angle, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that is equal to 1 over square root of 3. Now, we need to rationalize 1 over square root of 3, no? So how do we do this? We just multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3 para mawala po yung radical sa ilalim. Then 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is 3. So 1 over square root of 3, okay, is the same as square root of 3 over 3. Okay? And the rest of the functions, reciprocal na lang po ito, no? The reciprocal function of cosecant is sine. So if sine 30 is 1/2, then cosecant of 30 is 2 over 1 or 2. Reciprocal function of cosine is secant. So pag ito po ay binaligtad natin, that is equivalent to 2 over square root of 3. And then let us rationalize, multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3. Ano po ang lalabas? That is equal to 2 square root of 3 over 3. So 2 over square root of 3 is the same as 2 square root of 3 over 3. And finally, the cotangent of 30, which is the reciprocal of tangent. If tangent 30 is 1 over square root of 3, then cotangent is square root of 3 over 1. Okay, so this is square root of 3 over 1 or square root of 3. Okay? Oh, let's go to 60-degree angle. With respect to the 60-degree angle, our opposite side this time is square root of 3 kasi yun po ang katapat niya. And the adjacent side is 1 kasi yun yung katabi niya, adjacent, no? So sine 60 is opposite over hypotenuse. So that is equal to square root of 3 over 2. Diba? Now, for cosine 60 is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent side is 1, hypotenuse is 2. So that is equal to 1/2. And for tangent, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that is square root of 3 over 1 or square root of 3 na lang, no? Now, for cosecant, so since this is reciprocal of sine 60, that is equivalent to 2 over square root of 3. Now, ito po yun, di po ba? Ito, 2 square root of 3. So, pag ni-rationalize natin, that is equivalent to 2 square root of 3 over 3 na lang. Okay? Now, for secant 60, that is the reciprocal of cosine. If cosine 60 is 1/2, then this must be 2, no? Kasi 2 over 1. And finally, for cotangent 60, since the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent, if this is square root of 3 over 1, then the reciprocal is 1 over square root of 3. No? And 1 over square root of 3 ay pareho lang po nito. Di po ba? So this is equal to square root of 3 over 3. Okay? So, complete na po, no, ang ating trigonometric functions or trigonometric ratios for 30 and 60. We go now to 45-degree angle. Okay, let's now go to the trigonometric ratio of 45-degree angle. So kung kanina 30, 60, 90 triangle po ang ating ginawa, of course this time ang gagawin po natin ay 45, 45, 90 triangle, which is an isosceles right triangle. Now, what is the theorem involved in 45, 45, 90 triangle? Ito po, let us again recall yung ating pong dating video. In a 45, 45, 90, the length of the hypotenuse is equal to square root of 2 times the length of either leg. Now, bakit po either leg? Kasi nga po, ang 45, 45, 90 ay isosceles right triangle. Pareho lang po ang length ng legs nito. So again, mag-a-assume po tayo ng dimension sa triangle for convenience. Again, we just let the legs be equal to 1. Pareho pong 1 yan kasi isosceles right triangle nga po. So if the length of the leg is 1, then the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times 1 or square root of 2. So ganyan lang siya, no? Oh, let us now evaluate the 6 trigonometric ratios for 45. So since pareho naman pong 45 yan, we can use either of these two, no? So gamitin po natin yung nasa baba para mas madali. So what is sine 45? Sine 45 is opposite over hypotenuse, so that is equal to 1 over square root of 2. Now, 1 over square root of 2, when you rationalize, multiply po natin ang square root of 2 over square root of 2 is equivalent to square root of 2 times 1 square root of 2. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4 or 2, di ba? So 1 over square root of 2 is the same as square root of 2 over 2. Okay? Oh, how about cosine of 45? Cosine of 45 is adjacent side over hypotenuse. So pareho lang. That is 1 over square root of 2. No? So 1 over square root of 2, or again, that is equivalent to square root of 2 over 2. Now, for tangent 45, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So that is equal to 1 over 1 or 1. So the rest are just reciprocals. So reciprocal of cosecant is sine. So if sine 45 is 1 over square root of 2, then cosecant of 45 is the reciprocal of 1 over square root of 2, yung pong original, or square root of 2 over 1, which is square root of 2. Diba? Now, secant is also square root of 2, no? Kasi pareho lang po ang sine and cosine natin. And the reciprocal of cosine is secant. So, if cosine 45 is 1 over square root of 2, then secant 45 is square root of 2. And finally, for cotangent 45, so since tangent of 45 is 1, the reciprocal of tangent 45 is cotangent 45. So, cotangent 45 is still 1 over 1 or 1. So, that now completes the trigonometric ratios of our special angles 30, 60, and 45. Okay, we are done with special angles. So this time we're going to take the trigonometric ratios of quadrantal angles. No? Ito po yung 0, 90, 180, and 270 degrees. Now, bakit po sila tinawag na quadrantal angles? Because these are angles in standard position whose terminal side lies on the x and y axis. For example, yung pong 90 degrees, no? Yung pong kanyang initial side ay nandito sa positive x-axis, no? Yung pong ibig sabihin ng standard position. At yung kanyang terminal side ay nasa y-axis. So kapag ganun po ang condition, no? Yung initial side nasa positive x at yung kanyang terminal side ay nasa either y or x-axis, we call them quadrantal angles. In other words, ito po yung angle na nasa coordinate system natin, no? Ito pong naka-cross na to. Yan po ang mga quadrantal angles. Okay? Now, how do we determine the ratios, no, of quadrantal angles? So first, gagawa lang po tayo ng unit circle. Ito, naka-prepare na po, no? And a unit circle is a circle of radius 1 centered at the origin, no? Now, what do we do with the unit circle? After constructing a unit circle, kukunin po natin yung coordinates ng intersection ng circle natin sa coordinate system natin. Saan ba na-intersect ng circle yung ating coordinate system? Di po ba dito? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Diyan nga po na-intersect yung ating x and y axis. Now, after getting these points, kukunin po natin yung coordinates niya, no? So, what are the coordinates of this point? Di ba, ito pong point na to ay 1, 0. Bakit po? Kasi 1 ang x natin dyan, 0 ang y, no? Dito naman, itong point na to, ang coordinates niya ay 0, 1. Kasi 0 ang x natin dito at this point at 1 ang ating y. From this point naman, this is negative 1, 0, di ba? Negative 1 ang x, 0 ang y, and finally, this point has the coordinates 0, negative 1. O yan, basic po yan, ano? Yung pag-plot ng points sa coordinate system. Okay, so after getting the coordinates, ano na pong gagawin natin? If you recall, no, doon po sa aking video sa signs of trigonometric functions, di ba ang sabi ko doon, when you think of sine theta, you think about the y coordinate, no? Okay? And when you think about cosine theta, you think about the x-coordinate naman. And sa tangent, one of the basic identity is tangent theta is sine theta over cosine theta. In other words, in terms of x and y, this is equal to y over x. Yan lang po ang gagamitin natin para ma-complete itong table na to. Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, hindi nyo kailangang mag-memorize. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yon? Let us go first to 0 degree. Ang 0 degree, ito po ang coordinates niya, 1, 0. Meaning, ito ang x natin, ito ang y natin, di ba? Oh, now, ang pangit ng aking pagkakasulat sa y. Ay, sorry. Ayusin ko lang po para medyo maganda naman. So, this is x and this is y. Dumudulas eh. Okay na yan, no? So, what is sine 0? Sine 0 is 0 kasi ang y mo dyan 0. Ganun lang po yung kasimple, no? Okay? And what is cosine 0? Cosine 0 is 1 because x is equal to 1. Now, how about tangent? Sabi natin, tangent is y over x, meaning i-divide lang natin ang 0 over 1, right? Y over x, 0 over 1. And 0 over 1 is 0. And that's it. No? Yan na yung sine, cosine, tangent ng 0 degree natin. Now, the rest are just reciprocals. Reciprocal of sine is cosecant. Now, kung kukunin natin reciprocal ng 0, that is 1 over 0, that would be undefined, right? Oh, undefined yun ha, pagka over 0. Okay? Now, for secant, reciprocal ng cosine 1 over 1 is still 1 kasi 1 over 1 is 1 pa din. And cotangent, reciprocal of 0, again, is undefined because 1 over 0 is undefined. O yan, no? Kompleto na po ang trigonometric ratios ng ating 0 degree. Okay? Now, how about for 90? 90 degrees. 90 degrees, ito po tayo. Again, this is your x and this is your y coordinate. What is our sine 90? Sine 90 is equal to 1. Why? Because y is 1 at this point. Di po ba? Ang y coordinate natin ay 1. So, sine 90 is 1. How about cosine? Cosine 90 is 0 because x is 0. Now, how about tangent? Di-divide lang po natin ito. No? 1 over 0 is undefined. So, tangent 90 is undefined. Okay? And what about cosecant? Cosecant is the reciprocal of sine. So, 1 over 1 is still 1. Secant, reciprocal of cosine. And 1 over 0 is undefined. Diba? And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So, ang undefined po ay 1 over 0. Pag kinuha natin reciprocal ng 1 over 0, that would be 0 over 1. Kaya ito magiging 0 na. Okay? Now, how about 180 degrees? 180 degrees has coordinates negative 1, 0. Meaning, this is our x and this is our y coordinate. No? So, what is sine 180? Sine 180 is 0 because y coordinate here is 0. Di po ba? And what is cosine 180? Cosine 180 is negative 1 because our x coordinate at this point is negative 1. Now, what is tangent? Divide lang po ito. 0 divided by negative 1 is 0. Now, the rest again are just reciprocals. Reciprocal of cosecant is sine. Reciprocal ng 1 over 0 or 0 over 1 is 1 over 0 or undefined. Okay? For secant, it is the reciprocal of cosine. Reciprocal of negative 1 is still negative 1 because 1 over negative 1 is still negative 1. And the cotangent of 180, reciprocal of tangent. So reciprocal of 0 over 1, 0 over negative 1 is negative 1 over 0. So again, that is undefined. Okay, so that completes the trigonometric ratios for 180 degrees. O di po ba, kailangan bang i-memorize yan? Basta may unit circle kayo, hindi po kailangan i-memorize itong table na to. Now, let's go to 270 degrees. So, 270 degrees, meaning this is our x coordinate, this is our y coordinate. So, what is sine 270? Sine 270 is negative 1 because the y coordinate at this point is negative 1. So, sine 270 is negative 1. What is cosine? Cosine is 0 because the x coordinate is 0. Again, to get the tangent, divide lang po ito, sine over cosine. Negative 1 over 0 is undefined, di ba? Undefined. Basta remember lang po, dividing by 0 is undefined. But 0 over a number is 0. Okay, basta 0 po ang nasa baba, undefined po iyon. No? Yan po madalas magkamali ang mga bata. Now, how about cosecant? Cosecant is, again, the reciprocal of sine. So, reciprocal of negative 1 is still negative 1. No? Kasi 1 over negative 1 pa rin. And reciprocal of cosine is secant. So, reciprocal po ng 0/1 is 1/0 or undefined uli. Okay? And finally, cotangent of 270, the reciprocal of tangent, which is undefined, reciprocal ng undefined, kasi this one is -1/0. Pag binaligtad natin, magiging 0/-1, kaya 0 na siya. Okay? So, yan na po, no? That completes the table already, no? Ulitin ko, as long as you have this unit circle at alam nyo na si sine theta ay y at si cosine ay x at si tangent ay y/x, kayang-kaya na pong kompletuhin itong table na to nang hindi kailangang memoryahin. No? Okay? So that's it. Okay, as I said a while ago, gagamitin po natin itong video na ito together with the other 3 videos na minention ko kanina in evaluating trigonometric functions without using calculator. So watch out for that video, no? For the meantime, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.